Site coordinators play a critical role in producing good search results on child. If you know the keywords or phrases that workforce members are likely to search for, be sure to include those in your content a few times. Don't overdo it. Don't do what's called keyword stuffing, but include those enough times to give the page or the file some authority that will help it move up in the search result rankings. I'll start by talking about child pages, then I'll share some information about files that are in the child media library. So for a child page, search will pull from the name field and from the content in the main body primarily. So the written content, for instance, standard paragraph text is key, but it also pulls from subheadings that are on the page. So if it's appropriate, go ahead and make sure to include a keyword or phrase in the subheadings. There are also some blocks that you can put into pages that will affect search results. A couple examples of those are accordion blocks and chiclet blocks. I want to share a couple other tips that can be valuable for improving your search results of a child page. And the first is this teaser info tab. If you click that, there's this field here for the teaser. This text appears on the search engine results page right below the link to the actual page itself. This is meant to be descriptive text, brief, that describes what people can expect to find on the page. So, as appropriate, go ahead and include your keywords or phrases in here. You can also go to the SEO tab, and in this field called page description, you can actually just add keywords or phrases directly into this without necessarily being in a sentence format or something. So you could just type one keyword and then put a comma and a space and then add another keyword. And that can help influence the page's ranking in search. So those are some tips for child pages, but there are also files that will be in the child media library. So there will be primarily Microsoft Office files, things like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And then there are also PDF files. So I want to start with Microsoft Office. And as an example, I have a Word document that I'll show you how we can improve the location of this, the ranking of it in search results. So this is the Marcom project brief. That's the name of the file that I gave it. But this is not what will appear in search engine results, and this will not actually influence the search engine results. What will is the title of the document. So I'll go back here. What you want to do to access the actual title of the document is go to File, and this is very similar in Word as it is to Excel and to PowerPoint, which is why I'm just showing this one example. So you'll click File and go down to Info. And under Properties, there is this title field. This text that's in the title field is what will appear in the search engine result, and this is what the search engine will be looking for. So we suggest that you start by including the department name and then a very brief description of what the file is. In this case, it's a project brief template that belongs to Marcom. So that's why it's titled as Marcom project brief template, which is similar but a little different to the actual file name that shows up here. That's how you handle a Microsoft Office file. With a PDF, I've got an example here. It's somewhat similar. If I hover over this, digital screens and flyers criteria matrix, patient-facing spaces. That's the name that has been given to this particular file. But again, that's not necessarily what's going to show up in search. In order to access that, you have to come over here to Menu and go down to the Document Properties and look in the title field. This is where search will pull its results from. Now, a lot of times people may be using an old template or something in Word and turning it into a PDF, and the title will be something completely unrelated to what the file is actually about, because it won't automatically update when you just change the name of the file. So be sure to come in here and update this title field. You can also add keywords in here as well. Now, I just want to be clear that in order to do this with a PDF, you have to actually be using Acrobat Pro, or what's called Acrobat DC. If you're just using Acrobat Reader, you'll be able to see the document properties and the title here, but you won't be able to change them. Fortunately, everyone in the organization should have access to Acrobat DC through Citrix. So if I've got Citrix opened up and I go to apps and I just type Acrobat in, there are a couple apps that pop up. The one here says Reader DC. That's not the one you want. You want Citrix Acrobat DC 20. That is the actual Pro version, which will allow you to edit the title field in a PDF. Once optimized, you can then just upload your file to the media library and watch the search results go well.